Three, two, one. Pills, 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 pills,
Beer, beer, beer,
pills.
beer.
So a fair amount of red and blue to start with on Ramsey's board. I like what he's doing. He's not everything is clearing viruses, but he's keeping everything compact.
Mhm. Yeah, you don't always have to use the pill halves on the correct color. You can do that strategic garbage play and beautiful. He used it to keep his board very even. And look at that. Now he's able to access lower bits as well as make crosses like that. Great opening from Ramsey.
Yeah, the only possible the edges of Ramsey's board might be a concern in the end game if he doesn't this double that a double red would give him a great opportunity to start attacking columns 8 and 1. It looks like right now he's very transfixed on the middle of his board, which is almost completely clear now. It looks like now he's beginning to address it.
hmm Whereas Luke's plays were very different. He was trying to address everything evenly. And so you see that he's not spired at all in his right hand side. He's going to be dropping down these reds to make a nice combo there. Looks like, yeah, he's probably going to be going for that horizontal with the blues. He does have to sort of hold out a little bit for it or manufacture, but there we go. Here it comes. And now he's just going to need a couple more reds.
Yeah, was holding out for that blue red, and the doctor
hmm
was a little reluctant to provide, just as he's apparently reluctant to provide some yellows for Ramsey in his 6. But now both of them are out and pretty much even.
Yeah, this is so close. Awesome. Luke taking a little bit of drop time to drop that red piece down to the bottom of the board. But yeah, he's going to have to use blue as efficiently as he possibly can because of how much blue is on that top line. But yeah, these two so close together right now.
And both are playing on high, and both are playing with no music. So
Mm.
even their strategy is pretty much evened up.
Yeah, but I think Luke always has something funky going on in the background, the music that he listens to. So we'll have to ask him about it. Ramsey taking down the top center of his board, saving that for later in the level. So he is coming down now. The reds are going to have to be dealt with very strategically. Um, I'm not sure if he's going to be taking out those reds on the left hand side horizontally. It seems like it could be a play, but if he takes out column uh, 5, oh yeah, he was going to be a little bit troubled, but he made a platform, made it work.
And earlier, Luke had a very fortunately timed double yellow because he needed that to reach the upper half of his tee. He needed to stretch it out to 5 rows, and he is out at 253.
Yeah, and
Ramsey
again,
just
yeah, Ramsey had a 303. It's the same story. He just needed 3 more pill halves. Now there is a little bit of a timer differential, but oof, on our screens, super close.
Yeah, looks like about a 3-second difference between them. Ramsey's got some serious potential for some in between clears on the Reds in columns 3 and
hmm
4. As soon as he starts getting those reds, there's a double red right there for him. Tucks it all the way into column 4. I love this play. And then gets column 3. Has closed the gap once more.
Yeah, those tuck plays were outstanding. Seeing the level that that's going to, and Ramsey is set up
Ooh,
for
yes.
a cross that is going to fall perfectly on the next layer. So he's doing really well there. Luke locked up on that right hand side. It's going to be a little bit tough, but everything is beautifully doubled up, Packy.
Yeah, Luke's board looks really clean. Sure, it's very tilted towards the right-hand side, but there's a pretty good number of double clears available to him, and he's going to be able to deal with that very efficiently. Doesn't need much blue anymore, but can set up that possible blue horizontal for his end game as he digs through here.
hmm Yeah, I think that's what he's going to be trying to do, but he's got to make sure the yellow shows up first. So this could be a time when Ramsey is not just looking for those 3 pill halves. So he is going to be under tucking that blue, take a little bit of drop time. And
Hmm.
there we go, is going to be with that red. And Luke is 1 pill half behind there, 439.
Yeah, Ramsey got out at about 440, so once again we are neck and neck with another really close one. A lack
Mhm.
of access to red at the outset here. Oh, nice double
Oh,
blue there.
yeah.
Into a drop combo. He is ripping through this 9 to start.
Yeah, that was a great opening sequence there for Ramsey. And Luke in a good situation as well. If he gets a blue yellow, he's going to be in a fantastic spot to drop down a horizontal and get a vertical on top of that. But the blue red, he's opened up the space for that and gets the combo anyway. Nicely done. But 5 viruses back is Luke. He's going to have to make sure all the red comes when he needs it.
Ramsey earlier had a big misdrop on columns 7 and 8 and was barely able to
Mm,
save his board at the top. Did a great job of keeping everything under control. And right now it's evened up, and Ramsey does have an extra 3 seconds on his timer right now, but this is going to be a nice L. Yeah. Oh, looks like he goes underneath. Okay. Which is not a bad idea because he could go underneath for the blue virus clear there.
absolutely. It won't slow him down. And there's even a world where that sets up for horizontals with the yellows in the bottom, although he's got options for those. Luke's board a lot more straightforward at the moment. He's going to be using the blue yellow to his advantage, and now he is that double blue sent great possibilities for both blues that are over there. Yeah, this RNG coming in really nice for Luke. He just needs 3 more reds.
There's one. Oh,
Oh,
he didn't quite get that in.
oh,
It's not catastrophic. He just needs
whoa.
one more. The doc is making him go through a few extra pills, but he's out at 6:34
And
and
Ramsey
Ramsey
added
out
a
at
six.
6:40.
Oh, with a lightning bolt. What a way to finish. Oh, outstanding. So 1 to Luke. As even as this match is on paper, I think this is one we definitely want to feed the crows on. I'd love to see a decider between these two.
Oh, naturally.
I guess I say that for like every single match. So
Oh yeah. We want more Dr. Mario. We want more pills. We want more shenanigans. We want more big
absolutely.
combos.
Shenanigans, definitely. All right, we got a ready from Luke. Got a little hydration there from Ramsey. All right. Centering oneself. Love it. Readies from both players. And we're going to have 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right. Ramsey's the first out the gate. Lack of access to red, and he starts off with a double red. So
Love it.
that's going to make things tricky early on. A double red, double red, double red, double red. Of course.
Oof, yeah, he's going to be using those reds every time he gets them to just set up clears that have low drop time. Whereas Luke got a lot more diversity in the early part of this board and has been able to clean things down pretty evenly.
I like what Ramsey did there. There is that one possibly troublesome fragment of blue in column 7, but as much garbage as this early level has given him, he's done a great job with it and kept
Hmm.
his stack relatively clean. And he's a couple of viruses ahead right now.
Yeah, this is looking really good. And column 1 having that little bit of garbage on top of the red, it doesn't mean anything because if Ramsey prioritizes correctly, he could save that for last and he could just underclear that red. So, not at all a problem. He's going to be able to underclear the reds in column 7 as well. So, pretty straightforward end for Ramsey, provided that the RNG gives him enough red. Meanwhile, Luke's doing a more standard top down situation.
Ramsey might go
And
horizontal for these last two.
oh,
Yep.
yeah, definitely. Where's the double
One
red
more
now?
red, and both are out at pretty much the same time, not on the timers,
Ooh,
but on the camera.
awesome. Now, blue is going to get in Luke's way. It's on 4 of the 8 columns on his top line, so he's going to be taking
Ooh,
that out. Oof.
great opener from Ramsey there. You saw Luke getting hammered with some red yellows at the beginning of this level, which he had to play around with and tuck in various places. You don't like to do that early because that means it takes longer to play your pills, and you don't want that. But
Hmm.
He's managed to keep everything clean so far, but right now it's made about a 5 virus difference.
Yeah, and also tucking those pills, sometimes it sort of forces you into plans later in your board, and then you're in a different headspace when you want to see if you can execute those plans. But currently, the pills working a little bit in Luke's favor here. So he's able to clear things out very evenly. Beautiful horizontal for Luke with those blues. And you can see he's prioritizing efficiency and not taking drop time. That seems to be what Luke is really trying to avoid right now.
Yeah, Luke doing very nicely with his board right now, trying to flatten things out a little more, setting up bigger drop combos while waiting for the pills he's looking for. This nice little drop combo is gonna pretty much completely expose columns 1 and 2, and he's pretty much free and clear at this point.
Ramsey's in a little bit of a tough spot, though he had that.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
well, never mind. I was worried about that red in column 6, and he just opened that right up. That was fantastic. And Luke is out at a 307. And again, Ramsey just needs a couple more pill halves and is out at a 316.
Another close one. A bit of a valley for Luke here at the outset.
Hmm.
Columns 4 and 5 pretty low on the board, while everything else is kind of raised up.
Meanwhile, I think Ramsey was having a little bit of trouble with those opening pills. He looked a little bit uncomfortable with the placement, but things are pretty chill now.
Ramsey does not have much use for red right now. I mean, red would be great to attack the left-hand side of his board, but you really want to attack the right-hand side right now.
Hmm.
There's a lot to worry about over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Those viruses being tighter packed and having a little bit of garbage there on column 6. It's making things a little bit difficult. Lower down on the board, you'd love to take that stuff horizontally so that that little piece of blue could fall down. Ooh, and
But
tried to
yeah,
slide that double yellow.
yeah, he went for the 3-row tuck there, and those are not easy to do on high speed. Nice little quad drop combo there.
Mhm. Meanwhile, Luke with a horizontal, bringing down that layer on the left-hand side. I I Not quite sure whether he was going to take those yellows horizontally. He signaled that he's not going to, but now the blues come out horizontally. This is a great end game finish for Luke here in level 8.
I'm starting to really like Ramsey's endgame as well. He's had to
Hmm.
work around some unfortunate placements, but right now he just needs a fistful of reds to get out of here. And honestly, this red on the bottom of column 6 is the pain point. He's gonna
Hmm.
need a couple of yellows at this point to be able to break through and take it.
Yeah, luckily
And
they show up.
okay,
Whew.
that's about as optimally as you could play that, but he just needs one more red, and there it is.
Out of the.
527 out of 8.
Hmm.
And on we go. He's got a 9 virus chase down at this point.
With a
All
little
right.
bit of a time difference as well. It
I
could
love
have
this
been.
setup right here. Horizontal, horizontal.
Oh, love that. Could have been a little bit dicey. Luke could not have had necessarily as big of a lead as he had because there's so much yellow on the top of this board, but luckily it's sort of showing up a little bit at a time. But still, he's gonna run out of blue really quick.
I like what Ramsey's doing, just setting up these quick no drop double clears, trying
Hmm.
to find ways to make up that 9 virus gap. And right now it's 8 because Luke has been chugging around nicely. This is a very neat and tidy board. He just needs a whole lot of yellow, and now he's getting double yellow rushed.
Yeah, but I think there's smooth sailing here for Luke for this end game. But man, Ramsey's clears have been so efficient in this level. Like really seeing where to tuck stuff to move quickly. You know, Luke is out at a 637. It's going to move on to round 2, but GG's to both players, showing why they're so closely matched in the standings.
Looks like Ramsey might finish this one off. He uses that yellow fragment to set up the drop combo, and then goes ahead and clears out the yellow anyway. I guess he can just play this however he wants now since the match
Mhm.
is over. But looks like he's gonna go underneath and be out at a 709.